What is up, people? Canon finally announced something. We got some news about the 35mm RF, not the 1.8 version, but hopefully a 1.2 version. And my buddy just sent this over to me from Canon Rumors, and I don't normally make videos like this at all, but this has been something that I've been wanting to talk about for a very long time. So I figured I'd kind of film sort of reaction and kind of talk about what might be happening potentially here. So I am not a 35 shooter at all. Like, I have the Canon 50mm 1.2, and I kind of pair that with the second camera in wedding photography, is like the 50 on my one hip and the 24 1.4 from Sigma on the other hip. So recently I borrowed a 35mm lens, though, the Canon f2 EF version, and I had a video job that I did, and I so enjoyed that lens and using it in the video job that I was doing, that I'm like, man, I seriously want my own 35mm. And I was like very hesitant. I've been hesitating about the 1.8 because I love the 50mm 1.2 so much. I really want Canon to come out with a 35 1.2, which they had said that they did a while back. And so right now it says the long rumored Canon RF50 or 35mm 1.2 maybe finally hitting dealers later in Q3. So Q3, if we open up a new tab, July 1st. So as of making this video right now, it's we're near the end of April right now. So the fact that, okay, July, I can wait. I think I'm gonna wait and then like bite the bullet on the big guy, because I really love the new RF lenses, the red ring RF lenses. I've been having like my 50mm is like one of the most incredible lenses I've ever used, and I'm more than happy to have spent $2,400 on it. But it's hitting dealers later in Q3 of 2022. This lens has been talked about ad nauseum for quite some time now, and has been on the roadmap since day one, and we can kind of go to the roadmap if we want there. But we have been told that the lens, in the hands of testers and marketing folks, and recently appeared in the internal dealer roadmap, there still seems to be a bit of back and forth as to whether it's an f1.2 or 1.4 at this point. I don't think that'll matter too much. Canon will sell as many as they can make for a long while, and given the market right now and how difficult it is to either get a new 51.2 or the 28 to 70 f2, that probably makes some sense. I'm hoping it's a 1.2, because while the difference may be negligible, like in a kind of bokeh rendering from 1.2 to 1.4, just the tiniest bit more stop of light. I don't know. I've shot the Sigma 50 Art 1.4 for a very long time, and switching to the Canon 1.2 is kind of night and day. The RF version, because I've used many of the EF versions and I did not like 4 out of the 6 50 1.2 EFs that I used. And so I just feel like the RF is order of magnitude better than that was. And so to see a 35 coming out for RF mount cameras that may be just as good, I'm very excited for. And I don't use a 35mm focal length. I'm very curious as to what my process would look like. I know a lot of photographers are like 85 to 35mm shooters, and so I would be interested in kind of giving that like approach a shot. But I normally am doing the 50-24, and then I have like the Samyang 14 RF for either like specialty stuff, or like recently I just tried to make it my go-to wide, which is probably risky and many people would consider, but it just makes you think in a different way, and I really enjoy trying to do something different as a main thing to continue to stand out amongst other photographers, because there's so freaking many of us. But anyways, I'm not really into the YouTube thing very much here, so it's, I guess, this whole let me know what you think. Are you excited for the 35? Are you going to buy the 35? How much do you hope it is? I hope it like comes in at $2,200. It's probably going to be closer to $2,500, especially if with the way market stuff is going, and I don't know how inflation is going to affect things going forward. But I'm excited. Are you excited? I hope you like this video or something. Bye.